Hello, my name is Abe, and welcome back to Monster Train 2. Connie raises a very good point, which is something we haven't done in a while. Alt Umbra. The morsel man himself, Primordium. He is a giant morsel. Oh, neck. Oh, you can actually look at the plinks. He's a real fun champion. So let's random the other two and see what we get from him. Depart. He's one of my favorite champions just because of his whole shtick. And honestly, this style of fight's looking mighty hungry. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We got Cutie Hex, Mind Collapse, and the same Pyre Heart we had last time, the healing one. Rage melee weakness, same Seraph we had last time, Lifesteal, and Rage. Same Archeon, so a lot of same things that we're seeing here, but that's okay. Gorge triggers an additional time. It might be one of the best Umbra relics. Now, Primordium here, his whole shtick is he's a morsel. When units eat, they eat him. And on eaten, he buffs the other unit with his stats. So we can, for 3 turns, buffet 3, he's eaten 3 times, we can buff whatever eats him. You can also, if you take superfood, well, if you take aggressive edible, you get damage. If you take superfood, you get health, but also status effects are eaten. That includes melee weakness, because it's a status effect, but it also includes things like multi-strike. If you give him multi-strike from a card, then the eater gains multi-strike each time it eats Primordium. So you can really buff up one unit by buffing up this guy. One good way of playing that I like to do is actually take him with Awoken, and then all of the cards that buff Awoken units, you can use to buff this guy and then transfer on to whatever's eating him. So like, even the root seeds, the +2 attack, draw 1 card next turn, buff his attack, he'll get eaten. Multiple turns, you get multiple stacks of the buff on someone else. You know, +3/+3, or now it's +4/+4, buff him, buff him, buff him. Or you can buff him with cultivation, and then he's being eaten by someone else. So very fun playstyle with this Primordium. The thing is, hey, itty bitty kitty committee, welcome to the stream. The thing is, status effects are hard to come by, for the most part, on a spell, but it can happen. And I tend to want damage. And also because it transfers things like melee weakness, if we put superfood down here, then the eater is gonna get 2 melee weakness on this Seraph fight every turn. That kind of sucks. I wanna check though. What cards are there that give multi-strike? There is Furnace Tap. So you could give him multi-strike and he'll give multi-strike to other units, but you also get the Ember Drain transferred as well. So that's a bit of a problem there. Yeah, the status effects, like I could see this working very well with Lazarus. You give him, what is it? Reanimate? And then anything that eats him is eating Reanimate. And then maybe the Reanimate keeps him alive even after he gets eaten? Does that even work? I don't know, but I think I'm just gonna go for the damage one. Aggressive edible for now. We'll see what we can do later on, but we can always take alternate paths. But I want the damage early. The other thing is superfood. It looks like it's not that good right off the bat. However, as you level up superfood, he actually Primordium starts having Lifesteal innate. No, not Lifesteal, Damage Shield. He has Damage Shield innate, so you actually start transferring Damage Shield by eating him immediately. For now though, I think I'm just gonna start with buffing up Icy Silophyte on the top floor. And then by the time this guy makes it up here, she's gonna be freaking huge. And she's gonna be eating even more. She's gonna be the largest eater Do I get my money back if I win? Yes, you do. I want my money. I will play you, freeze a card in my hand, but I'm gonna play all my cards. Clunk, 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 clunk. And you're easily killing everything. That's not a problem. Let's play another Cuddle Hex, I guess maybe here. That's so much things. I guess you can eat a whole bunch, and then we've got an extra morsel in hand we're not doing anything with. Oh, but it gets frozen! How convenient. Gain rage when dealing a killing blow. All right, that's not gonna be too problematic. And look at this Icy Silophyte. She's doing a ton of damage. She's a great tank now. She's not doing too badly. Okay, well, I mean, we're not doing anything here. But she has damage shield, 57 damage. Did I really draw no units? Whatever, you're dead. We don't have any spell weakness payoffs, but we can get something. Oh, stop. I gotta sneeze. Oh, man. I think that smoke that I'm smelling coming in from outside is making me sneeze now. Oh, man. What is the AQI today? It's in the green. It's not bad. Must just be someone burning or making food. What are we doing? Packed morsels, I think is what we want. Although Prismal Dust, if we took the superfood, then we could actually start moving the damage shield over to her, but we took the damage, the raw damage champion. I'm just gonna take a packed morsels though, I do like it. And offering token is nice, but you know what? If we have Silophyte, we want a big damage spell. So I'm taking big damage. And an Umbra unit could go really nicely with Primordium. We have Fossilized Fangs. What do we get? Quick and Smidge. Oh, please. That's not what I'm looking for. They make more morsels. But that's still real nice. Morsel Maker is still really good. You're already one pip. Beautiful. We want quick on Silophyte. And I might just give her damage shield because she's gonna eat a lot. But her being a little bit protected early is nice just to keep her going. We could smidge her, but that doesn't seem that important, does it? I think she'll be fine with this. Yeah, I kind of like that. I just want her to be able to survive for a bit. So I like those upgrades. I'm not even gonna spend any more money. I'm just gonna go. The Flagellant. -1 energy per turn, not hugely problematic. We'll play her on the bottom too. I got no problem with that. She comes out, Morsel Maker comes out, Champion comes out, she's gonna get fed. Although we don't even need to have her down here. We could have her up a little bit more. It doesn't look like there's a reason to, does it? Does it? So, morsels come out. They are here to kill a collector. There we go. I guess Cutie Hex is going to get pogged up. All right, Plink does 2 damage. I always forget that they buffed Plink. I will never remember that. Well, whatever. You know, that'll kill you. I mean, she's a 76-47. She's killing the boss, so starting at the bottom had no penalties. It was a very easy fight. And the longer the fight goes on, the more she's gonna be eating those morsels behind her and just starting to scale. The thing about, so there's a couple of things about this champion. Once he gets eaten, he's gone. However, you can bring him back to be eaten more. If you have Endless, he can come back after being eaten, you replay him, and then he's more super morsels. Or, if you have Wretch, it brings eaten morsels back to hand. I believe it'll work on him. When do you decide to set up on the top or the bottom? Wretch worked, by the way, in Monster Train 1. I don't know if it works in Monster Train 2, but I assume it does. I decide to play on the top or the bottom if I think I can win on the top or the bottom. Certain fights you need to play on the top or the bottom depending on what the enemies are doing. Like for the Lord of the Cherubs, you need to play on the bottom. I played on the bottom here because I gave her damage shield. I don't worry about her being hit on turn 1. She can survive, start doing damage. She's quick now. When she wasn't quick on the first fight, I wanted top floor to buff her as much as possible. Now it doesn't matter, she's quick. Mortal Trade is still good. Wretch still works in Monster Train 2. Nice. I guess an offering token is still fine. It adds garbage, but whatever, we'll deal with it. Now I would love a arms here, I think. Oh, but an Umbra unit. I still want a good Umbra unit to work with the buffet. Should we go banner units? Probably. Let's do it. What do you got? Shadow Eater. I'll take it. I'll take it. He can start eating immediately. And Holdover is very interesting here. That's a pretty nice spell. Offering Token Holdover is an incant, but a Holdover on like a helical. They get hit with Silophyte, stack up melee weakness. This is a nice kill card. We can make it 1 energy. Maybe not the best, but I'll take it for now. Mind Collapse Magic Power I think is good enough. And then we will make the other one also have extra damage and put a damage buff on maybe a Plink. I just want to upgrade the spells, make them slightly better. Titan Skin, Rage, Permanent Rage. Oh, dude! Rage, Permanent Rage on Shadow Eater or Silophyte. They're both good. Dudes, but she's quick. We don't want her down there. We want Shadow Eater on the bottom now, being eaten by the champion, right? Well, yeah, we do. Well, we need capacity after this. Because we can play Morsel Maker, Shadow Eater, Champion, and then we're eating, gorging, and exploding for 40 damage on turn 1. And then every time he gets hit, we get permanent rage out of him. He's gonna hit like a damn truck. See, this is where I regret putting quick on her, because now we could have had her get hit constantly and then stack rage, but I think we'll put this on Shadow Eater. I think it's good enough. He's going to get hit constantly. I hate the deployable shackle, but I think this is still what we want. I want him to hit like a damn truck. Silophyte because she has 2 gems. The problem is that none of these work on her. Titan Skin gives her a little bit more health. You know, if she ends up having like 50 health, that's fine. She'll reduce the damage she takes. But the rage gain that we can get out of Shadow Eater, he could have rage 100 by the end, which I guess that's not the be-all end-all, but it's real nice. And we want him to gorge all the time anyways. We have the double gorge triggers on him. He can be a sweeper. He's a sweeper now. Titan skin on her is fine, but it's not strong enough, I don't think. Not on what we're doing. We don't have 100 HP Silophyte. We might by the end of this, but not now. Here's the thing. We're gonna need damage. I'm putting the damage on him. Health is not a problem on this run anymore. Damage is a problem. That's damage. So, I hate having this, but we can dump it for now. But we need capacity, and then we're gonna need energy. We're gonna need both. But like, look at this. These units are dead on turn 1, which oftentimes is kind of hard to do this early on in a fight. We're gonna need more morsels for him, but we do have another unit that generates morsels, so we can keep him going, but we need capacity to play this earlier on the fight, for certain. For certain! So for now, we're just gonna play the Morsel Maker here. Everything here is dying still, which is totally fine. Well, you're getting close. I played a unit on the top floor. Hopefully we can pull him up so he's not gaining more rage. That worked lovely. We can play Calcified Ember, still get a kill, and then still get Cuddle Hex out. This guy is going to be a bit of a problem. But we've got a lot of rage already, which I like. This is why we have Helical. So you're dead. Offering token dumps Vengeful Shard. I would like you to not take this much damage. We will get Packed Morsels next turn, so he can heal. I just want him to not take this much. So Spear Steward in the front. Nothing we play is going to matter. I do like getting a frozen card every turn. And Packed Morsels is going to do a lot here. Let's give you Damage Shield. Oh, you're dying on the first hit. So we do need to play a Morsel in the front to eat another hit, or Cuddle Hex. Let's play a Morsel. Now you're taking 235. Not as much as I was hoping for, but you're gonna get a lot of melee weakness on you up here, which means you will get killed by Helical Chrysalis, I think. I'm gonna save your damage shield. I'm going to give you morsels, get another Cuddle Hex. 2 cards are gonna be frozen. That's fine. So once we get capacity and we can play the Morsel Maker on that floor, that's gonna solve the damage problem that we had. I mean, you have no HP. You're gonna have a lot of spell weakness. If he didn't have 30 damage, it would have been an easy kill. His damage was the problem. So, multi-strike, I think is something that we're going to want. Yes. Because we have double gorge effect, something like Gain Lifesteal makes for a fantastic tank. So I think we're gonna want a super tank. This is a super tank. Because of melee weakness, Lifesteal is not the best play for Crucible Collector, but Like, what else are we gonna do? We have to take something, I think, here. So we're gonna take him. We need the capacity. Take the capacity. If we live, next up is energy. Merchant of Steel is also tempting because if we can get a smidge stone, that really saves the capacity problem. But at this point, I would be looking into getting Titan Skin and Large Stone and Crucible Collector. We don't have a lot of money, but we can maybe pick up one good upgrade. Could also go left, but we have like the Premier Trinket that we want. Alcove is nice though. Equipment, Artifact, Merchant of Magic, Alcove, Trinkets, Stygian unit. I don't think we need a Stygian unit. Pyre remains health, Merchant of Steel. Can we live that long with our current setup? Yeah, we can. We can. Try to hope for a good alcove, I guess. Just thinking. Just thinking. Restore 26 Pyre health. Actually, multi-strike on you is very nice. But we don't have the money to re-roll, and look, unless we re-roll, we find it and then we skip the equipment. We should get 10 gold? It'd have to be 95? Nah. Because we have so little cash, I think I gotta skip that side. They're both nice. We don't play morsels that often though. I think units get an extra upgrade slot is beautiful for later on. On Celebrate, permanently gain 10 but fragile. See, that's problematic. Ember Drain on Summon, gain energy. We have nothing that's endless that's coming back over and over again. I'm okay putting this on Silophyte though. If we give her more damage shield, she can maybe live. It's real scary, but she's not that important anymore with Shadow Eater on the board, so I think we can do this. We need him to not have this though. Ember Drain on Summon, gain energy. That is more deployment energy. So on deployment, you're -2 now. Yeah, the Ember Drain gets removed at some point. By taking this, we'll be able to play Shadow Eater, Morsel Maker on the same floor, which is exactly what we need. Or we can put it on Morsel Maker, which saves a slot on her. Yeah, I actually like this. And it won't last forever. Now, do we want damage or status effects also being transferred? The problem is that we can't increase his buffet length. We didn't get the option. There is a path that does that. The best thing we can do is like, what, put multi-strike on him? I have no cards that give damage shield. I have no cards that give life steal. I have cards that give Ember Drain and life steal. No, I didn't take it, never mind. So like, I don't have status effects to transfer. I think we just want damage. Again. We're going heavy on the damage path, but I think it works. I think it works. Restore 150 health when they move up. Executioner, Corruption to the front. I think we can do this. I hate the Corruption. This might be a time to put Silophyte at the bottom for the sweep, just to buy us time on the garbage units. We can put things in front of her to block the Corruption, like morsels. But realistically, what I want is Shadow Eater to have enough morsels that he can nuke down the big units, which he will on floor 2 anyways. So I think we'll be doing that. So yeah, I think we're gonna want Morsel Maker, Shadow Eater here, Silophyte at the bottom just to eat shots. Maybe with a Shield Steward, but we'll start here. And I think we will put a Shield Steward in front to block the corruption from her. Now, we're not going to be getting rage benefits from this, but this is more, I think, of a survival play. I just want to make sure we have enough power to tank all of this. I could give you 4 Ember Drain for multi-strike. It's not a bad idea. It's not a horrible idea. I don't really have anything else to play, so sure. And then at the very least, I can get like a Spear Steward to block more corruption and then a Shield Steward up here. That's the only thing I'm playing for a while. We're getting the gold. We're getting the gold. Is a Morsel a unit? I bet it is. All right, we're gonna end turn here. That would be great on a Tomb unit, having the on summon gain energy effect. That'd be the perfect time for it. Dump for me a Plink. End turn. I mean, he's eating. He's eating a lot. He's having a good time. He's getting stacked. I don't even think I need holdover helical. Like, units are dying as they move up. I just want to see if I can plink him, I guess. Get another morsel. Yep. Oh no, I gotta start playing cards. My hand is getting real full. All right. Any morsel we get is something we can play. Ah, I didn't mean to put the corruption on you. You strike, you sap, you're not getting through. I'll tell you that right now. We do 120 damage on these 3 morsels, I think. Didn't even play the Crucible Collector at all. Poor Crucible Collector. All right, well, I mean, that went fine. We didn't scale the Rage. We could have played him on the bottom. After seeing the outcome from this fight, we could have played him on the bottom. It would have been just fine, I think. But I do not at all feel bad about what we've done there. Cannibalize is going to be nice. We have morsels already on the field. We don't really need more frozen cards. It's a good incant play, and it's a good keep a card around for a while until you need it. Ice and Pyre, really nice to take advantage of the spell weakness, I guess, but let's take a, we already have 50 damage, but it's not attuned, but we don't have magic power, but it's only 1 energy. Give me a preserve. We're gonna play the calcified embers at some point. We are still gonna go for energy. And now, I think we go left. I think I would like to get an artifact, some equipment, upgrade some spells. Incant triggers an additional time. We have none. So we could go for spells give magic power, I guess. We don't have any incants, like literally none. Onslay gains 1 damage permanently. Would this work with the explosion from Gorge? Like, does it count for him getting the slays? Meat Shield is nice too, but like he has enough healing. He doesn't need it. You have healing. You don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need it. I guess we'll try the blade. My blade. -2 in gain consume. I still want to put that on Furnace Tap. I guess we can make it intrinsic, play it on turn 1, and then just get double damage on our tank immediately. Or an intrinsic packed morsels does give us scaling immediately. Or an intrinsic cannibalize gets us scaling pretty much immediately. I think we want the Furnace Tap, though. The Ember Drain sucks, but we get multi-strike out immediately. And that is pretty much what this run is all about right now. We'll put magic power on Plink. If they're gonna stay in the deck, 20 gold to upgrade them is not that bad. We can make it not consume, and now it's replayable, possibly even worthy of duplicating. Very strange. Let's permafrost the cannibalize. Well, no, we can play this whenever it shows up. Permafrosting packed morsels might be better as like a body blocker, or waiting for the champion to die so we can actually play it. What a strange build we've got going on here, but I kind of like it. It's another Shadow Eater run, but he's a good unit. Non-boss enemy units get multi-strike. I'm not worried. Are we gonna still play on the bottom? I guess we can. We have Rage. He'll do enough damage. Well, yeah, I think I still want to start down here. As long as we have enough damage out immediately. Maybe we don't need energy. Oh, it's also, sorry, it's also the wrong unit. It's not the one that has 170 health, it's the one that has 130 health because it lied to me again. Gotcha. Every time, man. I guess we'll Furnace Tap. We don't need to give you lifesteal. We'll just kill you, which allows me to at least dump this out of my hand. Look, we're gonna be Ember Drained for a long time. We're also going to be corrupted to hell. There you go, you got some lifesteal now. I'm never gonna get rid of these calcified embers at this rate. I need a card that removes Ember Drain, or maybe gives me some sort of energy back. Goddamn, we are so corrupted, we're not even getting... It's like, if I knew it was the corruption enemies, I probably would not have taken the trial. But the game lies to you. It shows you the wrong enemies. It shows you the right name, but I don't look at the name, I look at the enemies. This is a little bit severe. I don't know if we can reliably get through all of this corruption. We need lifesteal morsels is what we're gonna need. But that card is not gonna be coming back for a while, unfortunately. Perhaps floor 2 can defeat the final boss when they show up, because floor 1 is just gonna die, I think, to the corruption. I guess that's my turn. I should have saved the Plink, I guess. Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage. He's taking a lot of damage. Let's dump you and dump a Frozen Lance. My deck is getting mighty full. My hand is getting mighty full, I should say. But we have a lot of damage at least. I really do need to get like a lifesteal morsel here. Stat. I'm just playing that to get it out of my hand. Okay. Damage shield is nice. You're taking 992. I bet we can kill you up here. So I don't think this is that bad. Let's see if, well, I'm gonna kill you on hit, but at least it's +1 for the item. Are we doing less damage to you? No, we're doing enough. You're not gonna make it past him. You know, I guess just freeze it. Thankfully, this is working out, because 42 corruption is a lot. But we are hitting for 250 damage times 2. So, like, we have the damage. That's not a problem. Health was a problem because of the corruption. Melee weakness is also going to be a problem when we have to deal with that, but hopefully 50 health is enough for our tank to survive. Tank being the unit who also does damage. Dude, Emberforge is not that bad, but it's not intrinsic. So we're gonna be playing it when we have a bunch of Ember Drain already in all likelihood. Unless I have something else that gives me energy to play the Emberforge. We do need the energy. I have so many Embers in my deck now. Well, 2, but that's also so many. Apply spell weakness to enemy units. Dare I say that anything free is worth playing, but if we play this, we still need the energy to play that, so I think I'm just gonna chill. We need to go to a Merchant of Steel. Units get an extra upgrade slot, so we need to fill them. So Dualism, double rage and more rage gain slaps. I don't want Ember Drain 4. Eventually we're gonna run out of this Ember Drain, which is nice. But I think the rage gain is really good. And I could make you endless, but I think I'd much rather just you having Titan Skin if we can luck into it. Crucible Collector, however, can have the health. We did get Titanite. We also got lower capacity, which also solves problems, but I want you to live forever. Your Morcellation is good enough. Well, Titanite on you is pretty good too. Half damage. You're already healing a lot, but half damage means on Relentless you live longer, but you're gonna one-shot bosses on Relentless anyways. Maybe we do make you smaller, so we have more room. We could play Emberforge behind you. Unnecessary. Titanite on the Crucible Collector. Like, he needs to not get one shot so he can heal. Now he can. Because he'll have protection. He'll have half damage incoming. Shadow Eater doesn't need that. If the boss Seraph hits him, he'll hit for 90, but the boss will never hit Shadow Eater because the boss is gonna spawn on the top floor. He's gonna hit Crucible Collector. He needs to have, he actually needs even more HP than this. I'm just gonna give it to Shadow Eater. I'll give you damage shield to keep you going temporarily. We can still afford a Smidge Stone. We might want that on Xylophite, and then we can put maybe armor on, put the armor on the Morsel Maker. If we incant, then he doesn't die to spells, I suppose. Removal. Dump you. Dump you. It's not too bad. I'm not worried about the cherubs. They are dead. It's like, I could put Silophyte here. I don't want to. I don't want her eating the rage. And he's already hitting for 228, so the Furnace Tap is definitely what we want here, just double the damage. We have energy thanks to Mind Collapse. Doesn't matter which one we play. So we can dump this, play the morsels, and we'll buff you. The Ember Drain sucks. Clearly. But that's okay. We're killing both of these units in one hit, so honestly, I'm like, kill a, damage morsel, and then we can just give you some morsels. I've not used the heal ability once, but we haven't needed it. Like, this guy's been at full health the entire time. Pretty much. God, dualism on that is absurd. All right, end turn. Luckily, it's automatic because I have no impact on this, honestly. Ember Forge! Yes. Preserve calcified ember. We can finally get rid of one of these. Ember Forge is giving me energy. So let's give you Slay. We don't we don't need this equipment. That is not adding that much, is it? So who cares? No, I do not want to give you more Ember Drain, though. Connie says Dualism is easily the most fun upgrade in Monster Train 2. Dualism is a lot of fun. I wish it worked on more things on units, because it only works on whatever gives status effects written on the card. I guess it would also work if you give them equipment. So if you gave them, like, on strike apply Valor, it would double the Valor given. It would double the Pyre gel given. So there are ways that you can interact with it, not just on the card. But like, it doesn't double the amount of health gain or damage done from the Gorge. But it is still a really fun mechanic. I have a good time with that one. Yeah, got one. Rup, rup. It is quite fun. You know what? Let's get another Furnace Tap going. So now you're hitting for ×3. We do have scaling, strangely enough, in this deck. If we could, I might even want to double up on Furnace Tap. We play Morsel Maker, we play our champion, and then we just get Ember Drain to hell. I mean, like, we're killing the boss, so. This guy is still a little bit weak, though. I do worry about the corruption on the Titan fight, because it does stack up. Oh, Wretch! You're so lovely, thank you. Literally the card that I wanted. Because now we can bring back the champion. But I think I do want to be able to play a morsel, like, in front of him every once in a while to eat the corruption gain. That would be very nice. If we could give him more lifesteal triggers for morsels, that would be nice, but we don't have morsel generation really, except for Wretch. Dare I say that maybe we want capacity again? We're just feeding him. Alternatively, we could duplicate Shadow Eater and then get 2 of them out on 2 different floors. We can have, you know, one Morsel Maker out, we can put morsels down for him, keeping him healed up, and then on the Titan fight, we'll have 2 floors hitting hard, killing the bosses, and then we can just play the spells to buff the Pyre damage to kill Dominion. Perhaps that would work. And then we're not so reliant on Furnace Tap. We have 2 different floors doing damage. I kind of like that, because the Ember Drain is real problematic. Everything else that we play that's good, though, is just 0 cost. This is doing 17 damage now. I don't know what we're going to put that on. Do you just go capacity again? I guess if we... Hold on. Is there another duplicator? There isn't, but we could duplicate the on-summon energy unit, and then we have enough energy to play both of them. So we can have the lifesteal tank out on 1 floor as well. So we can have Crucible Collector on 1 floor with a Morsel Maker, Shadow Eater with a Morsel Maker, Primordium on whatever floor we want, bringing him back with Wretch. The 3rd floor is going to have nothing on it, and we'll take Pyre damage from Savagery, but only 5. See, that I kind of like. And then we play everything immediately on deployment, and then the only thing we play after that is just Furnace Tap to get double hits on Shadow Eater, and then we're done. I mean, I feel like it kind of works. Yeah? And then you go, if you go capacity, you can still play morsels on his floor to give him like lifesteal or something. Or maybe to put something in front to eat the corruption, because corruption is still going to add up every turn. But he heals a lot, so what do we care? Right? He's going to scale. We might want to go plus health on Primordium, although that makes him transfer status effects, which includes melee weakness. That's probably not what you want. Yeah. We don't even have to put the champion on his floor. We could put the champion on another floor, now that I think about it. We're gonna have so much Ember Drain. You want capacity, or sorry, draw? Draw could be good too. I just want to remove cards at this point. I'm sorry for taking a minute here, but this is such a strange run that we have here. Merchant of Arms, I don't really care too much about the rooms. Merchant of Magic, I guess holdover is what we're looking for. Give me draw. So now we can remove the Ember Drain. That's real nice. I want... Oh, we have no money. Ugh. And there's no Merchant of Magic. I really want Holdover, though. Holdover on Cannibalize or Wretch. Probably Cannibalize. We got it. So now Cannibalize is free. We kill 1 morsel to get 3 uncommon or rare morsels, which could be worth way more to our unit. Or Wretch, we get all morsels including the champion every turn. I guess Wretch is Cannibalize. They're the same thing, right? Once we play Cannibalize, Wretch gives us the morsels every turn. Yeah? And then we just make sure to only eat the good ones. The cardless ones don't get put into the consume pile, but the champion we can bring back. Well, we got it. Maybe. Anything being cheaper to make it more playable is nice, so we can actually dump it out of the deck. So I'm going to keep making those more playable. I'm going to remove a Frozen Lance. It's just garbage. So we can transfer status effects. 60 damage is a lot, though, but 10 health isn't that much. It would have been maybe 40 health if we went this path. I wanted the damage early. We have the damage covered now, but I don't want to move melee weakness over. Because the Seraphite would be freaking hard as hell. And every time we replayed him, we'd get melee weakness moved over. Now, I think I just want the damage. The health doesn't matter that much. Again, we're not even applying status effects. It's not like we have cards that are good at applying status effects. We just don't. Triggers or ability? Is Eaton an ability or a trigger? Like, could I put the armor on Primordium and then he transfers 60 HP over? I don't know. I'm gonna try, because I think it's funny. Zero, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the single, well, it's not really a single unit Monster Train run, but it feels like that sometimes. Oh, I want the gold, man. The sweeper can easily handle the enemies. Zero says, doing good. Good to hear. Okay, so Morsel Maker gives us energy. Shadow Eater gets out. Silophyte gets played here with the Crucible Collector. Pyre is safe. Then... oh, you're just dying to the sweep. Huh. That's problematic. This is where maybe we actually do want Icy Silophyte helping in that case, because with, yeah, we'll put the equipment on her to get her the kills. Ah, but we're gonna take so much Pyre damage if we don't play down here, though. I don't like Primordium dying, though, but there's no way to keep him alive. He just does too much damage. 7, but that's too much damage. We need the quick down here. I mean, if I don't play you up here, though, the Pyre is gonna get freaking busted. I guess no matter what I do, this is not fantastic. I don't even have the energy to play everything I want to play. Could give you multi-strike, which saves the Pyre some damage, but we're gonna need the multi-strike down here too. This is a tough one. The sweeper will die up here, but yeah, we're not gonna be gorging a lot, but you still do it. You see how it works. I don't know how we're killing you now. We don't have trample. Oh, I guess you're hitting it for 5. Sure, why not? And you know what? If we don't have energy next turn, we might as well not have energy the turn after, right? Get a mortal trade here. Well, we'll have... yeah, we didn't take energy. Kind of want to give you the lifesteal to keep you alive, possibly. And then, I guess at this point, it doesn't really matter what we do. This is going to be a harder fight than I thought with the sweeper in the back. Because we're not actually going to be able to eat morsels for a while. This is a turn in which we can eat morsels. That's why we're healing to full. I really want to play the Ember Forge. Well, that's okay. You, I guess, are gonna need more stats. It's possible I can get an energy morsel, but that's about it. Could get a lifesteal morsel. Keeps you going, certainly. I like that. Didn't get an energy morsel, so we'll just give you these. All right, let's see what we got. You, it's looking more and more like you're gonna hit the Pyre and you're gonna move up here to hit the Pyre, which is unfortunate. We're not gonna get value out of spell weakness. 3 sweepers, huh? Start here. Then we can, might as well hurt you as much as we can. Kill you. Kill you. Now we're healing. Might as well stop the Pyre damage here. Let's do more damage on this floor. You can eat the shot and still get gorged, and we will put, I guess, just another morsel down here. Yeah, Pyre's gonna take a hit. We're not gorging as much as I want down here, so these units, unfortunately, are living longer than I would like. However, 1 helical Crystallis does mean that Shadow Eater kills 2 units, basically. Bloodthirsty Blade. I'm gonna take 70. You're gonna hit the Pyre twice. That's not that bad. That's not that bad. Wretch will return 7 morsels, not the champion because they died. Start there. 399 basically means you're dead. Fortunately, we're not gorging at all. But fortunately, Silophyte will deal with these jerks. Cuddle Hex won't stop the Pyre damage here, which is unfortunate. Plink could get a couple of kills. Now we are gorging. Beautiful. Got a little bit lucky there, I think. Get a second Cuddle Hex out, and then Wretch starts bringing back all the morsels. Okay. It's looking more and more like... Why did I play you down there? It's looking more and more like we will be fine. We will take a slight bit of Pyre damage, but we will otherwise make it out of this fight. Oops, what did I click on? Sorry, end turn? We're gonna make it out of this fight alive. I should have paid more attention though, because the sweep units are one of the only things that can actually kill us. And I'm not gonna say they did, but it was definitely closer than I would have liked. We have so many morsels. We do not need this many morsels. Well, I need to kill him. Okay, then we at least gorge. So we're killing everything. Beautiful. You don't live down here. Keep scaling. Play you. Any morsel with 9 HP can live. Everything else comes up on these floors. You take health. You take health. You take health. You can take damage. I don't really want to cannibalize because we have too many morsels coming back turn after turn now. And you should be dead. Like, there's no way that you're not dead. So we will end turn. That's acceptable. That's acceptable. See where it says, I usually watch the runs on YouTube before sleep, and it's good fun. I have the same habit. I like watching things on my phone before I go to bed. It's a nice habit to get into. Helps me to sleep, personally, because I do have a hard time going to sleep sometimes. Trigger feeding. So with Feast and Retch, we can force feed our units. I like that. But we're not gonna go to a Merchant of Magic. We're probably gonna go Duplicate. And we're probably gonna duplicate Shadow Eater. We can have a second floor of him out blocking shots. Even if we can't play him immediately, I think it's worth it. I don't think we need another Furnace Tap. I think we're doing enough damage. The problem was the sweepers on the last fight. There will be sweepers on the next fight, which is equally scary, but you know, it is what it is. Maybe we want to play the champion on the top floor so that they can actually be wretched. We don't need the damage on Shadow Eater anymore. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do there. Primordium on the floor with Crucible Collector. Maybe even on the floor with Icy Silophyte, she can eat him to get good sweep damage. So do I want to Feast or Crucible Extension for capacity? Capacity's fine. Let's take a Feast. Dazing is really handy. That would be a really good holdover target if we can make it work. I think I do want to duplicate. Merchant of Arms seems good, but I don't think there's anything I want as far as rooms go. I think I just want like a couple more upgrades because we have upgrades available. And then we will duplicate a unit and get some relics. We have enough freezing. 2 capacity on the middle floor is nice. Ah, Titanite. Perfect on the Crucible Collector. And Endless does work pretty well on Morsel Master. If they die, they're resummoned and we get energy. No problem at all. Health. Armor. Nah, we don't need it. Reroll. Ah, we don't need that either. Hold on. Damage shield is real nice. We don't have any rooms. Morsel's draw is also nice, but I like damage shield. We could play a morsel in the front. It could eat corruption, hits, and then still get gorged. We could also play that on the champion and give the champion damage shield. It's not going to transfer over, but it'll keep him alive until he gets gorged. Yeah, I like that, In which case, we probably won't re-roll this. I will just remove a Shield Steward. And I'll just put Incant on you, because I don't care. And I think we do want to double up on this guy, because he is a beast of a tank. Could also double up on Morsel Maker, so we get more endless resummon energy, but I don't think we need that. And I don't think we need the morsels because we have enough morsels in hand, let's be honest. I think I just want another big ass unit. So there you go. Is your big ass unit. God, I love Primordium. I gotta play more with the other styles, but I really didn't feel like it centered. I don't feel like transferring status effects worked that well here, especially with melee weakness. But I have to remember that the other versions of this boss, I mean, if we hit corruption, you don't want to really transfer over corruption. So with the sweepers on the bottom, Morsel Maker will probably die. But he's endless, and when we draw him, we can play him. But we will be Ember Drained early. It's possible that the best thing to do is just play Shadow Eater and nothing else down here. But the first unit you play will have damage shield. In which case, he will live, but the morsels won't live. to the sweepers. Possibly. Primordium will live for a few turns, but there's sweepers every turn hitting him, so I think he will still die. I think we want damage shield on Morsel Maker. I think we want Primordium being eaten by Xylophyte. And I think we want Crucible Collector up here. The damage shield keeps them alive long enough that they can gorge. But yeah, like, dude, this freaking... I hate these assassin-ass sweepers. They're the worst units. I can't kill them. I might just give you Infinity Ember Drain then with a Mortal Trade, but that's not the best option. I can Force Feed. That is nice. You know, it's possible that Xylophyte down here in the front would be interesting, but I really want Shadow Eater to gorge. Or do I? Her quickness killing the sweepers would be really nice with one Primordium eat, but you know, it's not like we would know that we would draw Feast. Now I know we're gonna draw Feast, but I wouldn't have known that. Dump that. Not even a Furnace Tap would have killed you. I guess maybe the Rage on you would have been smarter for the quickness. Yeah, but then you wouldn't have been hit that much. Okay, let's figure this out. Man, even playing... Plink has to kill you for me to play a Morsel down here. Okay, now a Morsel will survive. So let's play the Energy Morsel. You're not dead, but at least we have the Morsel down there. We do need to Furnace Tap you. You're still not dead. Really? Oh, you know what? I have Feast in hand. I can kill you. 100%. I can even eat another Morsel if I want. I think I'd rather just give you some stat. You're just gonna get Lifesteal. Let's just thinking. Play Cuddle Hex. I don't want the energy this turn. I want it next turn. So I'm gonna let you move up. Ah, but you're gonna eat my damage shields. Okay. Let's keep the damage shields intact, and I will give you some more stats. I hope the damage shield doesn't just go on the morsels. Good, it didn't. Okay, we are dead. Well, that happened fast. First morsel will get damage shield. Dude, it doesn't matter. This guy is in the front kicking my ass. I literally cannot survive down here. Well, that's problematic. I hate this fight. This is such a hard fight. 60, 90, 120 damage is coming in here. That is absurd. That being said, hold on a second. We take half damage, so we're only taking 30. So you know what? We're actually living. Okay, maybe we'll be fine. Let's give you more. You can get something. I'm surprised that we are surviving here. Good lord. X asks, what demos are you gonna play today? I have not decided. I'll decide that later when I actually alt tab and look. Okay. So the sweep is annoying down here. We have no energy. So we will not be doing damage or gorging. That's slightly problematic. I'd really like to plink you. I could give you lifesteal. I mean, we've got Wretch coming up, but not Force Feed, which would have been really nice to have. I have another Shadow Eater coming up too, so I have a backup. Like, all we gotta do is get you to the top floor and then we're golden. I really want Ember Forge. We have no energy. I don't think we want to preserve. Ember Forge can come out next turn, I guess. I mean, luckily the Sweeper is going to do a lot of damage and work on this floor, so I think we just end turn. I gotta remember too that we can keep him back we can get him back to full health by clicking the button. I've not done that much, but it's not come up often. Thank you for not going to the bottom floor. Thank you for not going to the bottom floor. Christ. If I give you the armor, it doesn't matter. I don't have Wretch, so I can't test the armor on the champion. I don't have energy, so I can't play Shadow Eater. Could freeze Shadow Eater. I mean, I cannot keep Morsel Maker alive. That will not happen. Yeah, literally don't have the energy for it. Okay. If I give you the Bloodthirsty Blade, you can get 2 kills. That's actually pretty important. He is endless anyways, but he won't be able to play morsels on that turn. He'll be able to give me energy next turn though, which is nice. I think we're going to play Bloodthirsty Blade though, because that gets 2 kills on the big units. And even though you're living and moving up, if you hit the Pyre for 12, it's not a huge problem. It'll be okay. I could give you armor. You know, I could give an Imp armor. And by Imp, I mean Morsel. If I give a Morsel armor, it will get gorged, which is interesting to think about. I don't know if it would have Eaten, like the ability called Eaten, but it is fun to think about. I want to test this. Okay, I mean, we still gorge it. That's good. I don't think we get the +9, but we will at the very least do damage, but that's not an important thing to do on this turn with the armor. It's a pretty not great play. I think Bloodthirsty Blade is the play though. Gets 2 kills. I could kill one of the Sweepers, but with her, that's not problematic. Mind Collapse does very little damage. I don't need morsels, I don't need energy. Well, actually, I could get energy. And then what do you play? Another Shadow Eater? It's not a bad idea. It can go down here. You probably want it behind the Crucible Collector, though. If we can get rid of the melee weakness, which is tied behind damage shields. It's probably not going to happen, but be a good unit to have behind a tank. We could also play... We could play Ember Forge on this turn and save Shadow Eater. That's the better play. Okay, so kill you. Gain 2 energy. We do want to play Ember Forge. Play it down here. Freeze the... Freeze the Shadow Eater. I could give you armor. You don't need it. I could give you armor. That would allow us to eat the melee weakness if we had more armor on you, but you currently have damage shield that's got to get purged first anyways. Perhaps we could just like dump Shield Steward real quick. Just get it out of our hand. Yeah. We could get more energy and then play Shadow Eater. That way it's not permafrosted. Yeah, actually, you know what? That's the better turn. That's the better turn. Okay, we're figuring this turn out. Give me a second, give me a second. So, Bloodthirsty Blade, 2 kills. Energy on you. Then we can play Ember Forge. Then we can play... It literally doesn't matter, so we could play Shield Steward to dump it. Kill you, get energy, play Shadow Eater. And now we can maybe freeze the armor, and it'll also freeze the lance, which is less important, but we freeze the armor. It's something we can play next turn. Not bad. Oh no, brother. Shadow Eater is probably dead. Holy hell. Even, like, any individual hit almost kills this guy. But, oh man, if only we had freaking force feeding. I could force feed him. Maybe the quickness dagger would have been nice with Immortal Trade, but... This might be the time to use Spirit and keep everyone at full HP. You have to get dumped. I still want to play you. You have damage shield. No, you don't. So the sweeper will still kill you if I don't play you first. See, this is problematic. Sweeper doesn't kill you, but... I think we do need to play this, regardless of what's going on. Oh, you even stop him from hitting the pyre. Perfect. I really can't get rid of your Gorge effect. How much damage is coming in? 20, 61... 80, 110, 130. We can't quite tank all of that, but a damage shield in front would. Man, if this could hit him, that would be so perfect. All right, well. You had to try. Well, if you're gonna eat hits and then come back anyways, why don't I just play you in front? I could play you with the armor. You would eat a lot more hits. I don't need you to take that much damage, though. We can Ember Drain and Lifesteal. That's not a problem. The morsels will die if they get played is the thing. We could still put a morsel in front to tank 3 hits, and then put you in the back, and then incant 4 times, and then you'd live. Could you put the cutie guy down and sacrifice him? Yes, but not. I don't want to do that as the first unit. The first unit gets damage shield. That's very important. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We don't have a lot of capacity. We gotta be careful. Maybe you just retch then. Bring cards back to your hand. No, we need the energy though. Okay, so cannibalize first. Mortal Trade here. Well, keep everyone alive. Mortal Trade. That's a nice morsel, gotta say. Let's put a damage shield morsel in front with damage shield. Now you're living. We can put you in the back. You're endless. If we incant 3 times, we keep you alive. I don't have 3 spells. Oh, well, you have melee weakness anyways. You're gonna die regardless, so who cares? Morsels down here won't do anything. Dump this. I want to free up space in my hand. Wretch. Primordium is replayable, but can I put the armor on him and will it still transfer the HP? It won't transfer the HP, so now he's just a Gorger, which is not good. I wanted to test that. I expected it not to work, but you never know with this game, okay? Now I have to replay my turn, though. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, had to dump this. Play this, didn't work. We wanted to cannibalize you. Put a morsel in front, morsel in back, empty the space. I don't know if I played Cuddle Hex, but we're gonna play you here. That's a good morsel, you get played up here. Then we wanted to play you for energy. Oh man, I didn't heal everyone to full. Give me a second. Hold on, hold on. Heal everyone to full. Sorry, heal everyone to full. Thank you. Then play this. It doesn't hit. You play this. You play cannibalize. Play a morsel in front. Now you live, but you're taking 40 life steal, and Ember Drain is totally fine on you. You play a morsel to empty your hand. You play a good morsel up here. You play the morsel maker because he's endless anyways. You play a wretch. Primordium. You can put Primordium up here. Give you more HP. Might as well freeze a second card. We don't really need to. Dump this out of the hand at the very least. I mean, if we don't play it, it'll just get frozen. But I like freezing cards. So then we will play a garbage morsel, a garbage morsel, a garbage morsel. Save this one. We don't need the armor because it doesn't work the way I want it to work. Everything's dying though, like the turn was fine. Our Shadow Eater is living. And this floor is still totally fine. You're gonna live, you're gonna purge my damage shield, sucks, whatever. Morsel Maker will live for one turn if we play him down here. We don't really need to though because we have Wretch, which means we get morsels. Like I don't need him to spawn morsels. I have morsels. We're gonna add 4 to our hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If anything, Morsel Maker, I guess maybe... No. We want probably damage shield up here. No, I want you to hit me up here. Oh, this is perfect. You're living, you're gonna hit me. Purge the melee weakness, I'll live, and then we can tank you. Ah, it's perfect. So I just want lifesteal up here. Yeah, Morsel Maker up here is what I want now. Oh, but you did come out with damage shield. Well, it's fine. You don't need any more. Give me... I guess more... No, I want you to have lifesteal. Wretch. You have stats and stats. You just get played. I'll retain 1 morsel and an immortal trade. We are using every floor, which is very interesting here. I like that. You move it up to the front, which... How are you living? Oh, because you have Tight Knight, you're gonna purge your melee weakness and survive. You're living. Perfect. So you're only hitting for, what's 54 divided by 2, 27 plus 15. You're only hitting for 41, and then we're healing back up to full. Perfect. You're killing everything here except for 1 unit. Totally fine. We have the annoying jerks who, even with damage shield, I can't make Shadow Eater gorge. Rip. Well, unless I put this on a morsel, which we could do. Yeah. This run is slow because there's a lot of careful considerations happening here. Furnace Tap will freeze. We don't need to play it. We can play it next turn, not get the Ember Drain. Still have Retch. We want to Retch. We want to play some good morsels. You know what? Good damage shield. You get out of my hand. You two stay here. It's looking more and more like we'll be fine. I think the Titan fight is going to be way easier than this fight is. The melee weakness here is such a pain in the ass. Now we're doing no damage. That will change. Especially with Feast. Feast, a holdover Retch Feast is the perfect combination that we didn't get. You're killing everything in one hit. That's awesome. Let's empty my hand. Retch. Oh yeah, Primordium. Forgot about you. Feast. And now we're killing the boss. That happened fast. Okay. Assurance says, sadly, I have to go to sleep. Well, have a good night then. There will be demos in the VOD for you to look at later. All right, that was a bit of a rough fight. No targeted damage spells sucked. And I would have loved more holdover, but we didn't have the opportunity to find as many as I would have liked. But again, this should be a much easier floor for us. Shadow Eater's damage is still really high. He's doing over 500 damage a hit, so we don't really need to stack up the damage anymore. Primordium would be better off on a silo fight, which we can probably play here to decent effect. In fact, Primordium in the front eating damage shield and then getting gorged is not a bad idea, but the corruption would mean that he dies. He wouldn't have enough damage shield. We could give it to the silo fight. We could give her more damage shield. It's not a bad idea. But I guess she's gonna be on the floor with the Crucible Collector at this point. We don't really need this sweep. So perhaps the damage shield should go to Primordium, still. Just to make sure he stays alive. I think that's acceptable. Bottom floor, we need like a morsel early. No, we don't, because this guy's here. Who cares? And we lucked into the Ember Forge early as well. My God. What a get. Now, do we want you to have damage shield? Actually, a morsel is better. Yeah, take some lifesteal. Then Ember Forge. And you might as well take more stats. Actually, you having health is nice. You can take stats. Cuddle Hex can come out. This floor is so packed. Let's get the Ember Drain going immediately, because we have the Furnace Tap out. I'd rather not save Plink. Oh, damn it. Morsel got eaten too. It doesn't die to the corruption, which is really handy. Speaking of corruption, there's gonna be a lot of it. It's gonna be a lot of corruption. If I get morsels in hand, I can't play them because of the shackles, but killing enemies before they attack is nice. It doesn't matter though, because we're not taking any damage down here, so I suppose what we should do is maybe just Pyre Light. Like, just do damage to the Pyre. I guess we do have a free plink, but again, I can't play morsels. They cost 1. So we just end our turn. Stacked up a lot of corruption down there. Sweepers are annoying. I guess we did put damage. I guess if you don't use the damage shield, you get it on the next turn on the front morsel. That's real cool. Jaxie Pants, have a good night. See ya later. You're living, barely. You're gonna hit the Pyre. We've already done a lot of damage. If I'm lucky, I can plink you. Well, if I'm lucky, I can plink one of you. I'm okay if you hit the Pyre for 5. Actually, a Frenzied Swarm protects the whole floor. So I don't care about this floor. It's gonna die. And we're not gonna take that much damage. You're not gonna be dazed, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so in that case, we should play maybe Pyre Light again? Or maybe we do plink and just get it out of the hand. But why? Why plink and get it out of the hand? It's Pyre Light. Cannibalize. Let's play a bunch of good morsels. Like a lifesteal is nice. Let's give you more stats. And we'll give you some more health. And we still have a Wretch. And it's holdover. I think you do want it. I guess we should have maybe looked at the morsels that we were drawing. Frenzied Swarm. Sorry to discard everything. We need a lot more health on our lifesteal minion. He's fine for now, but he's gonna need it. We have a lot more energy now, so we can play this. We can grab a Wretch. A morsel in front will not survive, so we'll just let the lifesteal carry him. We got Primordium back, though. I wouldn't mind getting ready for a top floor Primordium. So, like, play a this is very strange, but play a garbage morsel Primordium. Another lifesteal morsel down here. Stats up here. The blade on Silophyte. You know what? Armor on this morsel. Why not? He's protecting my champion. How strange. And then consume the plink. Let's keep the Mind Collapse in hand so we have energy. Look, this might be weird. I accept that, but I have a reason for this. So that when we draw our Shadow Eater, we can have him start gorging. Immediately. You're gonna scale, which is unfortunate, but we're getting close to being done. He's gonna hit even harder, but we have a lot of health. Corruption is gonna become a problem. Morsels in front eating the corruption is probably the best play at this point. Which honestly we should have been doing up until now. We have a lot of corruption, so let's start that. We only have 2 morsels that have lived to gorge. That's a problem. Let's put you here. You're gonna die, unfortunately. I really like you getting lifesteal though, but we don't need it on this turn. You do gorge. Well, I guess we can give you lifesteal with this. We have tons of energy at this point. Yeah. You're gonna scale the damage. As long as you live, that's okay. Maybe we're okay with Cuddlehex freezing some cards then. I can still put out a morsel just to eat the corruption and then die, as annoying as that is. Immortal Trade will get permafrosted. We can always heal up to full whenever we want, but the corruption is a big part of the problem here. At least the corruption happens at the end of turn, so it's possible we can keep people alive by using this. Top floor is a bit problematic. We do need Shadow Eater. Is he really still in the draw pile? I thought we would have cycled around by now, but I guess we haven't. It's hard to draw with all the garbage being added. And we need to do more damage to this guy too. He is still very much alive. Starting to get a little worried. Okay, we need morsels. You're just stacking up the spell weakness, I like it. I wonder if the Plink would have killed him. Well, it says can't be killed, so maybe it wouldn't have even worked at all. Okay, I have 1 morsel, which we can use to eat the corruption here and still gorge, so I'm gonna do that. Don't need the energy. I don't really want to sap. I'd still rather just take the pyre damage. Champion's still alive, barely. Don't want him to get corrupted. We need to live for a few more turns to kill Entropy. He is the final problem here. We are very close. You're pretty much dead. Let's... Offering token, we can dump a curse. It hit him. We can still retch. Still get 1 morsel back. Do we want to eat corruption? I think I just want you to gorge and get lifesteal. Let's do a bunch of damage, since we have the energy on this turn for that. We don't need all these mind collapses. Let us probably play this one. If we don't have to play it, we don't need to play it. You're gonna have lifesteal. I can keep you at full health if I need to. Pyre's getting hurt. There's only 1 unit left. And if we can live for this guy to wrap around and Shadow Eater lives, we'll be fine. He's still living, which is real damn surprising. There's our other Shadow Eater. He needs to be played. I think Shadow Eater being played means we win. Okay. Rough, very rough. Rough. It doesn't even preview on these floors, which is very interesting. Rough, but we're done. A bit of a wild run. Not as good as the other Shadow Eater run we had. The sweep that we were finding on this run was a problem at the end. But thank you, Damage Shield Relic, for keeping my units alive. That's why we have not seen Shadow Siege. There's my boy. 6 energy, 6 pips, 200 damage, 150 health. There's my boy. And we've also unlocked Lodestone Totem, Incant Sap. Enemy units enter Frostbitten. More mastered cards. Run completed. And there is the deck. Very thick deck, but we did have to add a lot of cards. New best spell weakness applied, even though I didn't really use it at all. And we're done. For those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support the channel at the various links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train.